Hello on another episode of the Convo Guy podcast. Quentin, it's a pleasure having you once again.
Pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir. Today's topic is on the art of storytelling. We all appreciate those individuals that we have around us that are able to tell good stories. Is storytelling a skill or something that you have to be born with?
I think it's a skill for sure. Yeah, it's not one that I particularly have, but I know a lot of people that are really good at telling stories.
Okay. So you don't think that you're good at storytelling?
No, I think I'm too blunt.
Oh, okay.
I get straight to the point with most of my stories. So
But what if you're actually good at storytelling, but you just don't know?
I can write a story down,
Okay.
but that take like some thought.
Do you feel like when you tell your stories, it leads to individuals laughing as you're telling that story?
If I try to make it funny, yeah,
Describe to me how storytelling can translate to comedy.
people are able to relate to it. If you're able to tell a good story, people are able to grab bits and pieces of your story to relate to make them laugh.
Like, for example, you may not be a great storyteller, but your storytelling skills may be told in a way that make others laugh. So in a way, do you feel like if you have if an individual possess such pattern, it could easily translate to comedy, stand-up comedy, let's say?
That's a hard one to say because that in itself will take skill too
Okay.
to translate good storytelling into comedy. 'Cause you got to know how to like not only tell a good story but also learn how and what makes people laugh. Which I think I don't know. It's a little bit an extra skill that you may need.
How can storytelling be used as a way to connect with people?
Like I said, it's uh, a lot of people can like grab things from like memories of their childhood and stuff, depending on how good of a storyteller you are.
Rate your storytelling abilities.
Ooh.
I forgot to add this from 1 to 7 because I feel like 8, 9, 10 are for those that are politician, public speakers, late night hosts, podcast hosts. 8 through 10 are reserved for those type of individuals. That means the average individuals are from 1 to 7. So with that being said, how would you rate your storytelling abilities?
A 2.
Okay. Can you explain how so?
Like, for example, let's say that I was at a gas station and a robbery took place. And then I come home and somebody asked me what happened at the gas station. I was like, oh, somebody came in, took the cash, and left. That's the story. That's how I tell our stories.
Okay. So you feel like when you tell stories, people look at you with that face expression like, what else happened?
Yeah, like, that's it. I'm like, yeah, that's it. I don't know
Okay.
what else you want me to say.
For those that are from 1 to 10, what kind of person do you have to be a great storyteller? Basically, what do you have to be what type of characteristic traits do you have to be at a level 7?
I want to say extrovert, but I think a lot of introverts can do it too. But I think you just need to be able to grab someone's attention and know how to like, how do I want to say this? Maneuver through people's feelings while telling the story so they're able to connect with you more.
How do you and your friends react when someone who isn't a storyteller is telling a story?
Like me, when I tell a story and I tell it like that blank, they all just laugh at me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they know that they shouldn't have asked me what the story was in the first place.
Okay. But let's say someone that's like you telling a story, like what's your reaction? You feel like you're looking at yourself in the mirror?
In a way, yeah and no. And sometimes I just like agree with them. Like, yeah, that sounds about right. Because I'll be like, yeah, that's how I would tell the story too. So, yeah.
Since you rated yourself a 2, was there ever a time someone that you knew went from being you rated yourself a 2 as far as storytelling abilities, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Therefore, was there ever a time that someone that was around you went from being unable to tell a story to being one of the best storytellers?
Not really. I think the people I've known have always either been like a good storyteller or a more of a reserved type of person. I don't think I have anyone to transition like that.
Do men give stories as a way to be informed or to be humorous?
Mostly humorous, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are the best storytellers the ones with the most experiences in life?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I just think you need like a creative mind.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think you really need the experience. I mean, the experience helps, of course, but I think if you have a creative enough mind to create stories and be able to tell them well, I think that should suffice.
Okay. So it's possible for you to be a good storyteller with little to no experiences in life.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had to fact check someone who was giving a story because the story didn't make sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How so?
Yeah. Well, I had a friend in high school who would just tell lies for no reason, and it just got to the point where me and our other friends would just like fact check him on anything he say. Or how, for example, how he had like, so this was high school, so I think he lied about having like a console that didn't come out yet or something like that. He had got it early, and so we had to fact check him on that.
Do human beings get offended when we tell a story that wasn't originally ours? Like, let's say, do human beings get offended when we tell a story that wasn't originally ours in the sense of someone is telling the story in a perspective of someone else's point of view. But since they're good at telling stories, they're the ones saying it. So does that original person that said that story, should he feel offended?
I mean, yeah, if he didn't give off permission.
Oh, okay.
It's like when comedians steal other comedians' jokes, they all get offended about that. So I think it's the same way.
Does storytelling translate to writing as well? Since you mentioned that it doesn't take you to have the most experiences in life. It just takes you to have a very creative and curious mind to be a good storyteller.
Yeah.
So would storytelling translate to being a good writer?
See, that's hard because with writing, it's hard to determine context sometimes and determine how someone says something. Like someone can like, how do I want to say this? Like when you're writing a text to somebody and you write a text like you hear, right, to somebody, and then they receive that text and the person sending it just asking a genuine question because they can't find them, see what's here. But the one receiving it, looking at that text like they're being rushed. So it has like a negative take for the receiver when the sender didn't mean it that way, if that makes sense.
How do you know when someone is actually listening to a story versus someone just being present just to be present?
I think you can tell in their eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can just see if they just gone, or they thinking about something else, or they just looking behind you, or something like that. I get it all the time, so I know.
Do friends feel a certain type of way when they're telling a story and they feel like that friend isn't really listening?
I guess it depends on the friend group.
Okay.
I know with my friend group, I will walk away mid-story sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that a pattern you still do to this day? Like just walk away mid-story if you feel like they're not really listening?
Not to this day.
Oh, okay.
We rarely hang out a lot like we used to a couple years
Okay.
ago, but yeah.
Do you feel like there are friends that challenge their friends as to how much they were listening into the story? Like, okay, I'm telling you this story Monday, but then Friday, I'm going to bring up some questions subconsciously to see if you are really listening to my story.
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think they should, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you got some friends that like want your undivided attention. So it's
Yeah.
like when you're speaking to them, they expect your ears to like perch up and like listen to like all the words, all the statements, all the phrases. So
Yeah, because that's just weird. Because I know me and another one of my friends, we have like short-term memory, so we can listen to the whole story. If he come back 3 days later asking some questions about the story, I'm not going to remember.
among your siblings, who do you feel like gives the best stories?
Probably my sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can the ability to tell a story be one of those life hacks?
Yeah, I believe so. You tell a good story to the right person, sometimes it'll get you places.
Okay. Like for example, let's say you're a high school dropout, but you just had amazing storytelling abilities your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And you just happen to have told the right person the right story that just had them laughing.
Yeah.
And now they feel like you could be a writer.
Yeah. A writer or a comedian, or even on the other side of that, because there's some good, I don't want to say it like this, but like when people tell stories about like their trauma and the stuff that they went through, and then they get helped out by like celebrities or like, other folks like that, them being able to tell a good enough story was able to convince that person to help them out.
Was there ever a time you gave a story and didn't get the expected reaction?
Oh, that's all the time.
Oh, okay.
That's all the time.
Oh, okay. What was the worst reaction you feel like you've had telling a story?
I guess it's just that's it. That's it, pretty much. Because, like, as short and blunt as my stories be, I be saying it with my full chest. So when they go, that's it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what else you want me to say. These are the facts that happen. I can't tell it a different way.
What do you feel like you could do to help you be a better storyteller?
Make up some shit.
Oh, okay.
You know? That's what I be feeling like. I'm like, oh, this dude robbed the store, but in came a wizard and he shot the wizard. I'm like, you know, he just do like some random shit.
No, me personally, I feel like to be a A1 storyteller, you gotta tell facts, but you gotta tell 5% lies. You gotta low key be biased too, just to hype up the crowd and just leave that mark.
There be times I'm like, okay, I'm gonna tell like a little bit of extra details in this story, and then once I start telling the story, I forget.
Just like they weren't there, so you could, especially if they're into your story, you could add some couple lies, but you don't want the lies to match up with the facts. Just add some little dusty lies.
Like, yeah, and I slapped the gun out his hand, but he caught it.
What generation do you feel like was great at storytelling?
What's the generation before me? Is that boomer? What's generation before millennial?
It's a good question, because millennials, we're like what? We're like 19. Surprisingly enough, LeBron is a millennial.
Yeah, I know it goes into the 80s.
Yeah, and that shocked me because I really thought it was really from 1990s to 1999. So
yeah, I mean,
if LeBron's a millennial, that means
I would say I will assume 80 to 99.
Oh, okay.
I will assume, and Gen Z is 2000, right?
So you feel like millennials?
The generation before millennials.
Generation before millennials. Okay, so would that be like your mother's generation? Yeah. Oh, okay. Any last takes you wanna add to this amazing topic of storytelling?
I think I'm good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. How about this? Tell me 3 ways that someone could be a great storyteller. Like if someone's a 5 and they want to be a 7. Because since my rubric scale is from 1 to 7, because anything 8 through 10, that's you're just one of the best public speakers out there. So if someone's a 5 and they just want to escalate it to a 7, what are 3 tips that you want to give to them?
First one, I would say write down different things that you want to say, and like write down different stories you want to say. I should say. That'd be 1. 2, practice with yourself in the mirror, or practice with somebody else, like a friend or a family member. And it don't even have to be a true story. It could be just one that you made up or one that you just written before. And 3, I'll just say listen to other people. Like listen to like comedians and stuff like that. Listen to like Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, all of them, the good storyteller comedians, if they want to like elevate their game.
So if I'm to summarize those 3 tips and advice you gave: 1, write down your thoughts and ideas. 2, talk to yourself or to someone else.
Yeah,
And
practice
3,
those ideas pretty much.
okay. And what was your number 3?
Listen to like other storytellers, like comedians and stuff like that.
Okay. Quentin, thank you for this wonderful discussion.
No problem.